Good day, brave hearts. Welcome to the Doc of Detox Advanced Water Fasting Challenge. Live Q&A. I will be taking questions today, everyone. So if you want to put your questions in live on Facebook or YouTube, that's the best place to do it. I'll get to whatever I can, but just remember something. I'm going to be here tomorrow at 10 a.m., Friday at 10 a.m., Monday at 10 a.m., Tuesday at 10 a.m., Wednesday at 10 a.m., because Wednesday will be the day after the 6-day advanced water fasting ends. But that doesn't mean you have to end it. And if you don't want to do the water fast, you should at least sit on the sidelines so that you can absorb all this life-saving, life-changing information. And I mean it. I will make you a bet that if you hang out with me for just a few months, I will teach you more information than you've learned about health, truthful information than you've learned about health your whole life. I may even do that during this show today, because guess what? The game is rigged. That's right. The game is rigged, okay? And you're being sold off by the pound, but now we're going to take our life back. We're going to find our Braveheart roar and so much more, because we have so much more potential than they would like us to believe. And I'm going to prove that to you. We're going to show you how to unleash your stem cells and to how to create new organs, new tissue, new bone. I'm not kidding. We're going to teach you about autophagy, how you can unleash that and start gobbling up the things you don't want in your body, because your body is that smart. That's right. It has its own innate healing ability. And guess what? They're doing things to people out there right now in society that are going to take away their innate healing that God gave us. So you better stay in the present moment. You better become conscious, and you better wake up. And I'll tell you something. I have awoken, okay? And I need you to wake up. So I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf, and let's get started, okay? So we're going to run through a couple of things before we start the show, and let me just go through these right now. So the 6-day advanced water fasting challenge kickoff is tomorrow. So that would mean that tonight would be the Last Supper. And don't overeat. Okay, and you should have been on for this last 2 weeks the perfect day diet, which is like 2 blender drinks and 2 salads a day, and drinking lots of structured water and getting your bowels moving and getting the cork out, and maybe even doing the ultimate coffee enema to start filtering out that liver so that it's getting prepared to take on more toxins from the body so that you could have a better fast. So if you haven't done that this time, we will be doing another advanced water fast in 8 weeks. I'll be giving you exact date tomorrow. So it'll be about 8 to 9 weeks. We're going to do another advanced water fast, because we're going to do them every 2 months. A person could do a 6-water advanced water fast every 2 months. And if they did that, their whole life would change. You heard what I said. And it's the cheapest and the most powerful thing that you will ever do. Okay? So tomorrow will be the kickoff, but like I said, tonight would be the Last Supper. Okay? Just trying to get my pad to work here. Okay. So I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, like I said. Now, also on Monday, April 19th, we're going to be doing a show at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's called Transforming Blue Light into Healing Energy. That's right. So whether you want to believe this or not, but all the blue light that comes off from LED lighting, from your phone, from a computer, from the TV, okay, they've been all created to basically burn your brain and blind you. That's right. And that's the God's truth. You know, we have all the technology in the world to have free energy and to create things that only give off healing light and give off healing frequencies. Did you know that? But because those that are in charge of us, they think they're in charge of the herd because we're just a bunch of dumb cattle. They have decided to make blue light on all our phones, okay? All the lighting in our house, the TV, the computer, and that's why it's burning your brain. And then when your brain gets burnt, guess what? It causes all the eye damage that you see in everybody today. We'll be talking about that. And we're going to show you how, you know what? Welcome to a fun-filled, life-threatening adventure called Planet Earth, where The people that are in charge are trying to kill us. Wow, what a game, eh? Who would have thought? All right? Somewhere we must have signed a contract. Tuesday, April the 20th, I'll have Peter Webb on, and he'll be discussing Crystal Life. Now, what is Crystal Life? Well, it's all about crystals, and it's all about how they can protect you against 5G and EMF. Wednesday, April the 21st, we'll have Dr. Magda Havas. She's one of the world's top people in 5G, the invisible threat. We'll be talking to her. And then on Thursday, we'll be talking to Sheena Symington, and guess what she does? She runs an organization for people that cannot handle EMF anymore. They become so toxic, they have to live in the country or they have to live in a bubble. And she's going to be telling you how that's going to become the greatest epidemic, especially when they unleash the you-know-what, okay? May 1st, just so everybody knows, Braveheart World. It is 8 hours of personal take action healing, okay, with me, okay? I'm going to be going through 8 hours of that, but there's going to be other people on there too. There's going to be about 6 days of training. And if you want to buy a ticket for this, okay, we've got the most valuable training in 6 days that you're going to get. Go to Eventbrite. That's Eventbrite, EVEN, Eventbrite. My apologies. Eventbrite.com. Eventbrite.com and search for Conference Cube, okay? And the tickets are $295, but when you put in the code, okay? When you put in the code Braveheart, okay, 1 second. When you put in the code Braveheart at the checkout, you'll get $100 off. So for $195, okay, you can participate in the 6 days of massive pulse-actional training, and 8 hours of that will be with me on May the 1st. I'll be going through a lot of training for you. And there'll be 400 people that will be getting what we call a VIP package, and they'll be getting hundreds of dollars of free product from me as well. We'll be sending out 400 of that. So go check that out. Maybe you might be interested, all right? And also, when you go on my website, you might want to sign up for my newsletter because who knows, you know, here today, gone tomorrow. A lot of my friends aren't even on social media anymore. They've been taken down, okay? They've been taken down. They've been taken out, okay? So the other thing is also check me out at t.me/the Doc of Detox for all the information that I can't put anywhere else except on Telegram. You can download that on your phone or you can download that on your computer, okay? All right? And like I said, you can start putting your questions in. Just so everybody knows, we are doing a New World Practitioner training in Mexico and Kelowna. And the one in Mexico is May the 9th to the 30th, and the one in Kelowna is June 5th to the 25th. We have 8 spots left in Mexico. We only have 4 spots left in Kelowna. If you'd like to come and join us, it's a 22-day training in Mexico, a 21-day training in Kelowna. And that's where we'll be teaching a whole life coach certification and the New World non-surgical body work, okay? So check that out. Go to www.newworldpractitioner.com and you'll see the Playa del Carmen one, and that's basically the same as here in Kelowna as well. Okay, and you could go to itioh.com and get general information as well. Now, I'm going to bring on somebody for just about 10 minutes before we start. She called me this morning, and we're just going to have a little chat, okay? Ruth, would you like to unmute? Okay. She's not unmuted. You have to unmute.
Okay,
There you go. You got it. Okay, so you want to bring Ruth up so everybody can see her? Okay, good. So everybody, this is Ruth. And Ruth, this is the first time we talked was this morning for a couple of minutes, right? That was it?
That's correct.
So why don't you tell everybody what's going on? Because first of all, before we go any further, everyone, I do what's called live doc demo. And if ever you want to come on and do a doc demo with me, because that's the only way I do a consult anymore because I'm way too busy. I've got like 6 other master consultants and they do the perfect day consultation and I go through the case histories with them, but I don't do consults anymore except live doc demos. And why do I do that? Why do I do live doc demos? Because guess what? We all have similar problems. And when somebody comes on and does a doc demo, they are giving the gift of a lifetime. Now, this is only going to be a 10-minute one with Ruth because we need to move on. But Ruth, why don't you tell us? Oh, if anybody wants to do a doc demo, then you just have to get in touch with me. My extension is number 5. Call the 800 number, and we'll see what we can maybe do. We might want to do one with you. All right, Ruth, why don't you tell me what's going on?
Okay, number one, I have cirrhosis of the liver, and my liver doctor told me that it was caused due to immune system was attacking my liver. So I have several issues, and he asked me on 7 medications, and I'm trying to get myself.
Can you hold for 1 second? And it's not because I'm
sure.
It's just I want to say something. So her doctor, liver doctor, okay, all right, he told her that the liver is attacking itself. Well, understand, first of all, we attack ourselves first on an emotional level, ever before a physical level. And we don't even know we're doing it because we're programmed to actually knock ourselves off slowly. Okay? Now, that is called an autoimmune disease, and that's exactly what it means, is the body is attacking itself. Okay? And now her doctor has her on 7 medications. And you know what I told you? I said that the rule of thumb for the medical system is for every 10 years, they want you on something. So even if you're 10 years old, they want you on medication. You think I'm wrong? I'm not kidding. So take a look around. So if you were 70 years old, you'd be taking 7 different medications. How old are you, Ruth?
70.
Are you serious?
I just turned 70 in November.
Well, then you're right on track, girl.
I want to get off this track and get on your track.
Yeah. So anyways, they said that you had cirrhosis of the liver, right?
Yes, and they said that I had some kind of autoimmune disease. So now I have gallstones and
okay.
I got.
So I'm only going to give everybody a little tidbit, and then I'm going to tell you what we're going to do for you, Ruth. We'll do a doc demo. Once we're done here, one of my guys will call you, and we'll book a doc demo with you, and we'll show everyone that 70 years old, 7 medications, doesn't matter. We were created by God Almighty to create a beautiful life, and it doesn't matter at what age. We're going to prove to everyone that within 3 months, we can get Ruth out of the fire, okay? All right? And understand this, nobody wants to be a drug addict, right? Okay? We want to be a love addict, right? Okay? All right? So the best vitamin and the only vitamin we want is vitamin L. So what we'll do, okay, so first of all, everybody, cirrhosis of the liver means that her liver is getting scarred up. Too much inflammation causes scar tissue formation. It also causes a fatty liver. So inflammation will cause a fatty liver. And from fatty liver, then it goes to a liver full of beef jerky. That's right. You ever try to chew on a piece of beef jerky? Well, understand, don't be trying to chew on Ruth's liver because it's going to be pretty tough right now. So the difference is we'll make her liver into a beautiful, vibrant liver once we restore the circulation. Because right now the circulation is down, and so the vibration is down, so the mitochondria in her cells aren't working properly. So they're in comatose. So we've got to bring those back. Okay? Anything else, Ruth?
Yes, I have diverticulitis.
Well, diverticulitis, Ruth, first of all, you may not know this, but 60% of the population, okay, over the age of 40 has diverticulosis. And that's where you have been having poop sit in you so long that it's eating at the lining of your large intestine and you have a bulge, just like you would have a bulge in a tire. Did you hear what I said? 60% of the population over the age of 40 has diverticulosis. They don't know it until they have diverticulitis, because diverticulitis, the itis means inflammation. And until you had inflammation, you didn't go in and get the x-ray and understand that when they did that x-ray, they even made it worse. Okay? The reality is, it's just like polyps or diverticuli or fistulas or fissures. They're all caused because you're rotten, okay? You got root rot, and then you go rotten to the core, and then when your bowel gets backed up, it backs up your liver, and then your liver gets all inflamed, and this is where we are right now. So we're going to get the cork out, we're going to change the filter in the liver, and we're going to renew you, Ruth, okay?
Lovely.
So we'll book this for some time, probably next week, eh? So,
Can I say one thing? I have a cyst on my left kidney, and it's painful at times.
okay, so understand, Ruth, assist is assisting you. Without the cyst, you'd be in bigger trouble. The cyst is a storage shed of pus. There's so much inflammation there. So we know that, too much sugar, too much flour, too much animal products, and not enough water going in. And everybody, I love this part. Here we are doing a water fast. You know what a part I really love? Oh my God, don't drink too much water. You could drown. Did you hear about that guy? Well, anyways, just know this, that everything you've been told out there is butt backwards, okay? And the reality is it's upside down, inside out. And you know what? Look at the manual that they give every mother to look after her children with. Seriously. And that just drives every mother psycho, because what if you got a manual that wasn't truthful? Well, that would be every mother. Okay, so the reality is just know this. I don't know that we've been grown to be harvested. Like, that's not happening. Ruth, so will you join me for a doc demo?
I most definitely will. I can't wait.
All right, sweetie. Thanks for joining us, and they'll be in touch with you. And then everybody, you'll find out that Ruth has the power to heal. She has the power to heal. We always had, but understand something. Since what? Since about 1910 until now, we've lost that. We've lost that because everything is a program. Whether you're healing yourself or killing yourself, whether you're loving yourself or you live in fear, everything is just a program. And you can't become what you're not. You'll only become what you got. And a lot of people got a lot of dysfunctional programs in here, and they don't even want to take a look at them. Well, guess what? Welcome to the cliff dive. Ruth, thanks for joining me, and we'll be in touch with you. Okay, love?
Thank you for having me.
Hey, listen, it's a pleasure. It's an honor.
Have a good day.
You too, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So anyways, everyone, we are here to talk about tomorrow. We're going to be starting the fasting. I'm going to open up for questions in a bit, but I want to release something right now and just talk about something. So there was a study done, and it was done on C60. C60 is known as the miracle molecule, and C60 neutralizes free radicals faster than any other product. C60 is 250 times stronger than vitamin C. Do you know what everybody's saying now? Take vitamin C and get your vitamin D up to 80, okay? And get your iodine up to 80. And guess what? That's the best protection you have against COVID, right? Well, guess what? C60 is 250 times stronger than vitamin C. So what should we actually be doing? Yeah. So most practitioners aren't ahead of the curve on this one. So also I want to say this. There was a study that was done on rats. And what they did was they gave these rats the C60. They also, what did they do to the rats? Okay. Are you ready? Well, for one thing, you may not know this, but if we were to look at human life, these rats actually lived, okay, almost 2.5 times longer than their natural life. Oh, but wait a minute. While they were giving them the C60, they were also radiating them, poisoning them, and they even gave them chemotherapy. And then the rats lived so long that they actually killed the rats because they didn't want the study to go on any longer because they weren't dying. I'm not making this up. You can go look at it yourself. And here's the deal. They gave them chemo. They radiated them, even poisoned them. And at the end, when they did the autopsy, guess what they found out? Their organs were in perfect condition. So, understand. C60, okay? Okay, so just know this. I truly believe that we have the best C60 in the world. Our C60 is not up on our website yet, but if people want it, they can call into the clinic and they can order it. But I just want to say something. There's a company out there, and it's called Purple Power. Go check out their C60 and then come and check out ours. All right? And I won't tell you the differences, but it'll be a big difference in price. And they also use palm oil. We only use pure coconut oil. I'm not trying to put them down. I'm just trying to tell you that everybody's now trying to jump on the bandwagon of C60. Go look at all the different companies and then come and check us out. Now, our coconut oil C60, you can use it on skin conditions. And this is not supposed to be a sales pitch, so don't buy it if you don't like what I'm saying. But the reality is you can use it on skin conditions. It's the most amazing thing for skin conditions. We're actually going to be putting it in a pump so you can put it on your face. Between the C60, Beyond Beauty C60 oil, coconut oil, and our moisturizer, we guarantee that you've never had such beautiful skin. But you can use it on eczema, psoriasis. You can use it on even skin cancers, okay? And especially if you learn how to clap first and you bring the circulation back to a situation, and then you start using this. But this doesn't taste. It tastes excellent. And all you got to do with C60 is put, for adults, as a teaspoon in your mouth, under your tongue, hold it for 2 minutes or more, let it turn to water, and swallow. I do that 4 times a day. Now, I'm just going through this lightly, everyone. It will be up in 4 weeks. We'll have this up in different sizes. Now, everybody knows C60, the olive oil, if you know C60, because that's the first one that they ever did, okay, was C60 olive oil. So that's the one that we use the most, right? And that's the one that sells the most right now. But my preference, really, I really love the coconut oil. We do have the olive oil, and we don't make our C60 with, like everybody else does with spinners. We have an energy medicine electronic device to make our C60. And I don't make it. Somebody makes it for me. So just so you know that. Now, so we did the coconut oil, we did the olive oil, and guess what we got? We got hemp oil, okay? So hemp oil is great for cannabinoids, right? Okay, you know, CBDs, right? Well, they're naturally in here, okay? And this tastes like celery, okay? Whereas the coconut oil has hardly any taste to it, but this tastes a little bit like celery. And this is rich in fatty acids, as the coconut oil is, as the olive oil is. But I want you to understand something. C60, okay, is 7 times more expensive than gold. C60 is electrified, okay, is electrified plant life that's millions of years old. Whereas the fulvic that we have in humate, okay, is similar, except this has been electrified. And this is called like the buckyball, okay? This is that holds the formula in life. I'm going to tell you, we have been working with this product now seriously for about a year. But it'll be up in all different sizes up on our website, throughout our fulfillment houses in the United States and Canada in about 4 weeks. If people really want it, they can call in and we can send it out from Canada now if they want. But here's the thing. Eyesight, memory, neutralizing free radical damage, 250 times stronger than vitamin C? Yeah. So if you really want to protect yourself against the cold and the flu, you really want to get your vitamin D levels up high. You want to get your iodine up high. And I'm also introducing, okay, in 4 weeks, it's called infinite iodine, 10,000 times smaller molecular size than any other iodine. And it's also the only pure iodine, okay, in the world, the only pure one. And I'll have North America's leading cardiovascular surgeon, medical doctor, on my show actually verifying what I just said about this infinite iodine. So understand something. We got you covered if you want to be. Okay? Let's move on. Okay, so now what I'd like to talk about is I just want to talk about some of the things about doing the fast. Okay? So when you're doing the fast, you know, you want to do light exercise, everyone. Don't push yourself. When you're on the advanced water fast, you want to make sure that you answer as least phone calls as possible and you don't get into any trauma with your family. You put everybody on notice in your family and everywhere else when you start this advanced water fasting that you want calm and peace. And then you try to get yourself into nature as much as possible. Get yourself connected to the Lionheart breathing. Make sure that you're using your Braveheart love band a lot. I got this. Calm, at peace. No, I don't need to call her. No, I don't need to go over. No, I don't need to do that. You need to think about what you can do so that you can honor your advanced water fasting, which means every every half hour to every hour, take 5 minutes to connect to your breath. Envision what you want to see in your life. Keep a slight smile on your face during the whole advanced water fasting. Practice that. Connect to your lion heart breathing. Keep your shoulders back, your chin up. It's going to be very important that you say no to other things and yes to you. Look at, why can't we become the billboard of happiness and health and joy? Because you know what? Nobody ever changed around me because I told them to. People change because you become the light. People change because they see that you have the courage to hold the line, honor and respect and love yourself. Now, you can do this water fast with just Himalayan salt, okay? Let me grab it. So you can do your fast with Himalayan salt, real salt, okay? Or sea salt. And just water, you know? But the reality is that's a hard way to go. We do know that when we go into a fast, the first day can be, oh, wow, it's a mind game the first day. Because when you do something long enough and strong enough, like eating 3 times a day and snacks, it's your mind you're dealing with. You're not really dealing with you're hungry. You're not going to starve to death. I mean, some people can miss one meal and have a migraine headache and, oh my God, I'm hypoglycemic. Well, we know that person's been living off of flour and sugar, and they've been pushing the anxiety panic button up here all the time. Fearful people are the ones that have to eat all the time, okay? Because they're burning themselves out. And that's the God's truth. They push the panic button all the time. That's where most disease comes from. And guess what? And don't you think that our society it's just big, it's one big push button anxiety attack, isn't it, right now? Unless you're staying connected to your breath and you understand and you're minding your own business. And I need you to understand something. Going forward here, you need to cut yourself off of all TV. You need to cut yourself off of the majority of the population. And you got to listen to no one except just love yourself. That's what you got to do. Don't let anybody talk to you about anything that you don't need, especially if you're going to do this 6-day advanced water fast. You need to get that. I'm going to go through some things lightly, but just remember something, everyone. Okay, so in 2 months, I will be, we're perfecting things, okay? In 2 months, I'll actually have like a slideshow that will really document the key things we need to do. And then you'll be able to decide, just like a buffet, well, I'll do this or this or this or this. But you can't hurt yourself doing it an advanced water fast. You can't even hurt yourself doing a water fast, except it's a grind. It can be a real grind. So the first day is just basically just allowing your body, I should say your mind, to tell you that you need food, because it's going to. Because 90% of your brain is your subconscious. So being 90% of your brain is your subconscious, only the prominent, dominant beliefs ever get played. Okay? Like the one that I totally honor, respect, and love myself will never get played because you didn't play it 10,000 times, so it's not a dominant belief. The one that I'm unworthy of abundance on all levels is the one that gets played a lot. So here's the deal. So you can't listen to your mind when you're on this. Just stay connected to your heart. Find that God spot in your heart and keep on focusing in your heart and try to process all your thoughts through your heart first and then up through your mind, okay? So get in touch with your emotions. Get in touch with your feelings. And understand, like I said, your subconscious is just a storage shed. It plays prominent, dominant beliefs. So staying calm is the biggest thing, and staying connected to your breath, and you'll get through this. Now, the way that I've built this, these products will not turn on your digestive tract, but they will increase the energy and help the mitochondria to create more ATP. They'll help to create more stem cells in your body as well. So the big deal is we get up in the morning. First thing we want to do before we open our eyes is just connect to our breath, try to align ourselves into a parasympathetic, relaxed state, not what do we got to do here or what's going to go wrong. And then we want to do what's called belly button therapy. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. But the first thing you want to do is grab this, connect to your Lionheart breathing, do the belly button therapy. Okay? And if you don't know where it is and you're new on here, go to the Do It Yourself guide and watch it. And yesterday I did a whole video on it, didn't I? So, if you want to go back and look at that, is that up on YouTube right now? So it's up on YouTube. So anyways, do the belly button therapy, connect to your Lionheart breathing, and when you're done, if you purchase the products, then put 2 drops of frankincense in your belly button and 2 drops of CBD oil, okay, in your belly button, the 2 of them. And guess what? Okay, so really quickly, this will release 70% of your serotonin, 50% of your dopamine, and hundreds of thousands of endorphins. So now we've put ourselves into a beautiful rest, repair, relax state. Isn't that nice? No drama, trauma right away, right? And you can do this, you should do this 3 times a day, in the middle of the day, and then 20 minutes before bed. And each time we will add the frankincense and the CBD, right? You got that? Okay. So when you add the frankincense and the CBD, it's your belly button. It was the cord that connected to your mother, for gosh sakes. So when you do that, it actually, as soon as you do the belly button therapy, you put the drops in, it actually, what does it do? It triggers 70,000 nerve endings for healing. You can believe it or not believe it, but the cost is less, isn't it? But what kind of cost do we have here? Not much, right? And then when you get up, the first thing you need to do is you need to drink anywhere from 16 ounces to 32 ounces. I would do structured water, but if you can't afford a structured water unit, do filtered water, do the best water you can. But for God's sakes, don't be buying water out of those plastic bottles. And if you're buying Dasani from Coca-Cola, just know they've got a cancer agent in there. Okay, and it's also in a lot of other company bottled waters so that the water doesn't freeze. So they're poisoning you. Okay, yeah, go stick Dasani in your freezer for 48 hours and you'll pull it out and it's not frozen yet. How's that for radiator fluid in your drinking water? You know what? You got to take control here. Your life is your responsibility, and you cannot trust a corporation. I mean, the short form of that is CORP, right? Corp, right? Corpse. Get it? Got it? Good. Okay. So we want to start off with hot water, okay? And we want to drink 16 ounces, okay, to 32 ounces of hot water. And I say 32 because on the fast, I do 32 ounces of hot water. And what I start off with is myself, this is only me, you can do a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, sea salt, real salt, make sure it's pure salt. And you take that and you mix it with your 16 ounces of hot water and you drink that first thing in the morning. And that helps to flush out. Also, you're going to get some ions from the salt. You're going to get some trace minerals. But it's going to help to flush out, get the waste moving, okay? So hot water. But I think on the fast, you should be doing warm water or hot water as much as possible because hot water cleans things a lot better than cold water, right? That's why. Let's expand. Let's open things up. Let's get rid of the mucus, right? Okay. So then throughout the rest of the day, I would be using, let me see here. The rest of the day, I would be putting in fulvic acid, okay? So this is fulvic acid, and what fulvic acid does, and all I'm doing is I'm going to put 1 teaspoon. It's not expensive. 1 teaspoon in every quart of water that I drink. That's all I need to do. And I would really try to make this warm water. If you don't like warm water, just do cool water, but don't do cold water. We don't need contraction, okay, during this fast. We want to open things up, okay? Go with the flow. Melt things down, okay? So with the fulvic, 1 teaspoon in a quart of water, and then I'm going to drink that throughout the day. And I understand something, okay? Did you ever notice something? Most people do not like going to the bathroom because of their job or it's a pain in the butt. But the reality is the people who really do not like going to the bathroom, they have a urination problem already. And understand, when you start to have a urination problem or a pooping problem, that means that you're already on your way out. Did you get what I just said? I hope you get this. I'm telling you the God's truth. I don't care what anybody else says. But your urine and your bowel movements are totally important. Okay, they are your bowel movements are a computer printout, and your urine is just so important that when you go to the bathroom, you're going long, powerful stream coming out, not short drip, drip, drip. You know what? That's big trouble in River City. So I need you to really just, you know what? I have this urine problem. If I drink, I go to pee. I only pee a little bit, so I don't want to drink. That's right. You're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. You need to go and take your bladder to the gym, which means you're going to have to put up with maybe 6 weeks to 3 months of weep, weep, weep. Okay, you might have to pee 16 times a day, but as the weeks go on, you'll be peeing 4 times, 5 times a day, and you'll be getting rid of what? 8 to 16 ounces per pee. Did you get that? And that'll be the same bladder because you took it to the gym and you pushed it. You made it work. Let me tell you something. People who don't drink water, and everybody thinks they drink water. Well, the whole world's dehydrated, for God's sakes. Look at how much scar tissue people have. Excuse me. Every time, I'm going to cough, I think. Every time that you feel stiff, that you feel inflamed, that you have pain, you're growing scar tissue. Internal scar tissue is arthritis. Internal scar tissue is every organ problem. Internal scar tissue is your stiffness. Internal scar tissue is fibroids and tumors. Internal scar tissue, the worst internal scar tissue is from surgeries. Anybody that gets a surgery, the internal scar tissue that's left behind can choke off your digestive tract. And it can do it can do way more. It can cause fibroids and tumors to grow. You've got to get rid of it. The body always overcompensates whenever you're injured. It's like your mother. She loves you. She just loves you with all her heart. Well, your body overcompensates with scar tissue. No matter if it's a car accident or an injury or a surgery, you've got to have a body sculpture like a Wolf non-surgical person go in and use a specific elbow technique I designed to pull the fibers apart to turn it back into connective tissue. Look, you only get old because it's issues in your tissues. That's it. And you got to get that, okay? You got to understand that part. All right. So, water's a big issue. You're going to have it with you wherever you go. So get something with a handle, and don't get something as small as this, okay? You want something that's going to hold at least a quart or a quart and a half of water. And if you are a female, okay, then what you want to do is if it's a quart and a half, you can't do minimum. You got to do minimum of 3 quarts a day. If you're a male, you got to do 4 to 5 quarts. And if you're an overweight woman, not because you're just overweight, but if you're overweight, that means you're inflamed. That means that you are in big trouble. Being overweight is not beautiful. Being overweight means that you are inflamed. You have inflammation throughout your body, which means you're pre-diabetic. Okay, you've got autoimmune diseases already on the way. So the reality is if you're overweight, I want you to try to hit more towards the gallon. If you're an overweight man, you're going to be doing anywhere from 5 to 6 quarts a day. Oh my God, I could die. Are you like kidding me? Your kidneys love the water. Okay? It stops them from burning up. Remember where your adrenals sit is on top of your kidneys. And everybody's frying out their adrenals because they're pushing the anxiety button all the time because we have those people that said they protect us are now attacking us. So the reality is this. Mind your own business. Don't listen to that stuff. If you never had a TV or a radio, or if we never had TV or radio anymore and we just totally got rid of that, there'd be no crisis going on, would there? Okay? So just know that part. So anyways, so you got to make sure that you're going to do lots of water throughout the day. And if you can't afford to get the Fulvic, I get it. You should still be, if you can't afford the Fulvic, then just take a little pinch of salt throughout the day and put a little pinch of salt into your hot water. Now understand something. Where are we here? If you didn't get a clapper, you got a hand, so use that. If you start getting a bit of a headache, and it's right here, you're going to start doing this. Because where the pain is, there's a block. If you get a knee problem while you're on the fast, you're going to clap the area and watch when the pain leaves, okay? And if you get a pain in your body, you can clap it with your hand. You can clap it with a clapper. If you haven't bought a clapper, go check it out on my website under equipment. That's where all these stuff is. Like even the belly button is there too. The skin brush is there too. Under equipment, the expander. No, they're not there. We'll talk about that later. But where was I? Oh yeah. So if you've got a pain, you also want to take a look at, especially if you've had arthritis or a pain somewhere. What you want to do, if it's more in a joint area, you want to take your DMSO, just a little bit of the DMSO gel, and you want to put that, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clap my knee, if it was my knee, and I'm going to clap that thing good and hard for about 5 to 10 minutes. You heard what I said, okay? So understand something. If you come to me, I'm going to tell you butt backwards everything. Oh, no. If I have a pain, I don't want to touch it. Yeah, well, that's what you've been taught to do. So how's it feel to be ruled, schooled, and fooled? If you got a pain, I want you to go in there and clap it for 5 to 10 minutes. Is it tough love clapping, okay? I didn't say abusive, tough love, okay? And then you're going to take a little bit of the DMSO gel if it's a joint, just a little bit, a little tad on your finger and rub it in there. And then if it's, then you're going to take either Muscle Restore, okay, Pain Away. If there's a lot of pain, use Pain Away essential oil. If it's not a lot of pain and you're trying to heal the tissue, it's Muscle Restore essential oil. But if it's really painful, you use peppermint because it overrides the pain. Look, I need you to get through this fast. I need you to make it because it's like the person who thinks they're going to smoke. They need a cigarette. If they focused on something else just for a second, they'd stay away from the cigarette because it's just your brain running the same program over and over again. We're either loving ourselves well or we're tearing ourselves apart. That's how life is, okay? So if it's an area that's more like muscle or on the abdomen or somewhere like that, and it's not a scar but it's a pain, you might just go with the DMSO cream, rose cream, because it's not as strong, and then rub that on, and then later then you'll rub on your Muscle Restore, your peppermint, or your Pain Away, the one that you gravitate to. These are the ones that we use. Like the peppermint always overrides the severe pain that I just can't take it anymore, right? Because you need to calm that down, because we need to calm down. If we learned how to calm down, we'd have a handle on this thing. We'd have a handle on our life. Okay? All right. Okay, where are we talking about now? Okay, so there's not a lot to the protocol. We put people also on a product called Ormus Minerals. And what you want to do is an eyedropper of Ormus Minerals. And it's really kind of salty minerally. But this won't turn on your digestive tract, just like the Fulvic won't turn on your digestive tract. The key is, let me just back up for a second. The Fulvic, okay, why do we do Fulvic? Well, because it's the world's greatest chelator. And what does it do? Well, it'll pick up 3 times its weight in heavy metals and acidity, and then it encapsulates it, and it takes it out of your body so that you don't have to have the healing experience of the poisons being dragged out, right? Because it's been locked down. But before it does that and loads up, it actually will carry up to 60 micronutrients into your cells, and it hydrates your cells. It makes the fluids in your body wetter. Do you understand? Okay, so yeah. And with the Ormus Minerals, they're etheric more than they are physical. So when you're taking these, they're like, oh, I'm starting to feel dizzy. Oh, I'm out of balance, or I feel weak. No. So you take an eyedropper full anywhere from 3 or more times a day, and you can put it into your water, or you can put it into in your mouth. It's kind of salty, right? So that's not my game. My game is I just put it right into water and I just drink it back, and I do this about 3 to 5 times a day, depending on how I feel. There's not a lot else, everybody, that we do on an advanced water fast. And remember something: when I'm going through all this, buy product from someone else if you want. Don't buy product. Just do the water fast with just water and the salt if you want. okay? But just know this, doing an advanced water fast is when you can see not just 1,000% difference, but you'll see a 10,000 time difference in an advanced water fast, because it's called, don't turn on your digestive tract, but turn on the energy and turn on the stem cell making and repair your mitochondria to create the ATP. That's what it's all about. So then I'm going to talk about this product. There's 5 different ones. I don't want to go through them all, but for the chronic problems, it's Merigen. This is the only true calcium product in the world. That's it. I'm sorry, but there is no other calcium product. It's the only one that works, really works. It's only ions. The invisible part of what calcium is the ions. They turn on over 120,000 different hormonal and chemical processes in the body, and it'll actually pull all your calcium back into your bones and give you the bone structure of a 30, 40-year-old, even if you're in your 80s. Did you hear what I said? Yeah. The reality is after the age of around 30 and 40, you stop making and being able to pull the ions from the calcium, but you keep breaking calcium down in your body. So you create the osteoporosis, you create the displaced calcium in your joints, muscles, and tissues, but you don't get it back into the bones properly. So that's why we age faster. I do SAC calcium. I do Merigen. I do Merigen ionic calcium therapy. I do it twice a day. Cardigen is for the joints. We have another one that's for Alzagen for things like Alzheimer's, okay, dementia. We have another one called Ozo, which is for children under 12. We have another one called Dentagen, which is for jaw problems and for teeth. Now, if a person can afford it, they do this. But understand, before this came along, we had just water fasting. So I'm not telling anybody they have to do this, okay? Again, you need to go to, you can go into my advanced water fasting guide. Everything's in there. If you went to my advanced water fasting guide in my library and you just read through the book and took a look at it, it's laid out beautifully. It's laid out beautifully. And then there's other videos that we've done, okay? All right? Anyways, we're almost done. There's not a lot to this, okay? The next thing is this. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay. Why do we put on weight? Well, because we don't make enough ATP. Why does cancer? Because we have mitochondrial damage and we don't make enough ATP. Why can a person who has a chronic disease not get well? Because the mitochondrial damage, they don't make enough ATP, which is energy. Like a 75 kilo person, weight-wise, 75 kilos, needs to make 85 kilos of ATP every day. And understand something. Advanced water fasting, okay, is one of the ways to do that, but taking what's called ATP, these are called life crystals. We're the only ones I know of that actually carry the product on the planet. Dr. George Merkel invented this, and life crystals help to regenerate new tissue in the body where it needs to go. But this one here is called ATP because it generates tons of ATP, and it helps to fix your mitochondria. So you can take this anywhere like an eyedropper full or a teaspoonful 3 or more times a day. And guess what? It tastes sweet. It tastes great. It gives you energy. And guess what? You didn't turn on your digestive tract. Yeah. So do you want a magic carpet when you go do a water fast? All right. Remember something. You know, Jesus would fast like 40 days, right? And the reason why Jesus would fast is not because Jesus had an autoimmune disease. Jesus would fast because Jesus wanted to become the light. And Jesus wanted to bring up his vibration so that he could talk to his Father, so that he could become enlightened even more. And that's what happens. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You know, in this case, less is more. Okay? You don't need to eat. I eat 1 meal a day, everyone. And I'll do a 1 blender drink, 1 meal a day. That is it. That's how I live. Okay? I do not eat usually till 1 or 2 o'clock, and that's a blender drink. And then I'll have supper around probably 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. That's it. That's it. I couldn't live any other way because understand something. Your energy comes from your spirit. It doesn't come from eating. If you eat 3 meals a day, that it takes as much energy to eat 3 meals a day as to walk 10 miles. Eating is not efficient, especially if you eat like the herd eats, because then you are taking more energy from your body. Why do you think people look so bloody old? I mean, it's one thing. You know what? When I was younger, I drank, I smoked, I did everything. And the reality is I'm going to be 65 in just another 2 months. And the reality is pension my butt, will you? Okay, I don't care about the pension, don't want the pension, don't need the pension. I don't. I'm just getting my game started. So the reality is this. I am a light energy electromagnetic being, okay? And I get my energy from that which created me. Everything in life, you can tell me that you're taking a certain supplement, but the supplement that you're taking, I guarantee you can tell me you're taking a fulvic, but it doesn't have the vibration or the light that mine does. Everything that I purchase and try to find is the highest frequency and has more light in it as much as possibly that I can find and do. That's the deal. You are a light energy electromagnetic being, and what you think matters. Your thoughts matter. And if you aren't loving and caring for yourself, and you believe that you're unworthy, self-loathing, you're judging yourself, forget it. You're going to be trapped in dis-ease forever, because every disease that's on this planet is not a disease. It's a healing reaction. When somebody's laid out in bed and they're in pain, they need to we can calm it down. There's tricks we can do, but to shut down that is to shut down the healing. It'll be around May the 5th, 6th, or 7th. We're going to be releasing the emotional intelligence of cancer, disease, and healing. When you watch this show, you're going to need to watch it 3 times or go into my library and read the guide 3 times. Because everything that you've been taught about what is a disease is actually a healing crisis. And the worse the disease is how toxic and how deep you've run these toxic beliefs of tearing yourself apart. So, the longer and the stronger your dysfunctional beliefs run, the more painful the healing will be when you calm down. Did you ever notice that when you're in crisis and you've got conflict, you don't feel anything? You don't have a headache. You don't have aches and pains. But as soon as the conflict starts to calm down, then you go into a healing, and guess what? And then you've been taught that pain, swelling, inflammation, even blood coming from a certain orifice or pus coming out of the body is a bad thing, and you need to stop it. You need to shut it down. We have been so schooled. I'll just leave it there. Okay, so now we talked about that. Those people who have more like thyroid problems, emotional up and down problems, this also makes ATP. It's called Divine Vine. Would be on the Divine Vine and maybe the ATP as well if it's affordable. If not, then just do the Divine Vine using the same rules that we talked about, right? And then those who are dealing with memory problems, dementia, okay, Alzheimer's, okay, pineal gland problems, you're going to use this product. It still makes ATP. Same rules, 3 to 5 times a day. That's what you're doing. Okay, now, for those of you that have like the Bright Eyes fulvic drops that are clear, you can put those in here, and you can also put Silver Bullet 50/50. And while you're on the fast, please do this often throughout the day, okay? Please do this often. And what this is this is actually nebulizing. I'll say somebody, I think they took it out, but if I had the liquid in here, which I don't, you'd see this mist coming out. Get yourself a nebulizer off of Amazon, okay? Get yourself a nebulizer and nebulize, okay? Clean out your lungs. This goes into the brain. This is Silver Bullet solution and Bright Eyes fulvic eye drops. Let me see if I got them here. I'll just grab them. Okay, so that's Bright Eyes. That's Bright Eyes fulvic eye drops. But you just need to put a little bit in. Why don't I just show you? I'll open this up. You really need to see this. You can actually put Bright Eyes in fulvic eye drops. You can put the silver bullet liquid into there, or you can also, ready for this, you can also put in the ionic calcium that I just showed you. Remember the marrogen and the cardigan? You could put a little bit of that in there on its own, and you could take in calcium ions, or you can mix the bright ice and the silver bullet together. The silver bullet creates an environment that that bugs and things can't live in. And then the fulvic, it grabs heavy metals and acidity and infection for you and locks it down. Okay? But let me show you this here real quick. Also, remember what I was telling you earlier about the infinite iodine? Well, guess what? You'll be able to put the infinite iodine in your nebulizer, and you'll be able to nebulize the iodine. And there's things that I'm not going to say that I'm going to allow this medical doctor to say that will blow your mind about flus and colds and our new iodine. Okay? All right? But our new iodine won't be out until, like I said, won't be up on in our fulfillment houses across the United States and Canada until 4 to 5 weeks from now. But anybody, like I said, who wants the coconut oil or the C60 olive oil or the hemp oil, they can call. Okay, so I want to show you this. So anyways, just so you know, that when COVID started, are you ready for this? Oh, this is really good. The FDA threw 300 of these in the garbage and told us that we could no longer sell them, that they're now a medical device. Okay. All right. So anyways, get yourself one off Amazon, and you can see. Yeah. Okay. I think you got it. All right. What other things can you do? Well, I showed already yesterday, and I said that you should be doing the 3 pelvic squats, and you should also do the pelvic enhancer, where you put your leg up and you hang your other leg because you got to open your pelvis. You can go back and take a look at that. And anybody who wants a pelvic enhancer, we don't make any money off of them, but you can call Welton at 780-214-5651 in Canada, or Dean Saleo at 678-628-4438. And they're usually $250. They're $195 right now. And you put them on the end of a table, or you put them at the end of your massage table like we did, and you do it. Or you can get 3 chairs and put 3 chairs up against the doorway, and then put your leg up and then hang the other leg in the doorway going down the stairs. But for a lot of people, you'll need to put a chair or a stool under, because most people would feel like they're going to tear out because they're so full of beef jerky and calcium in their pelvis from pooping. Yeah, you're pooping into yourself. Well, let me ask you a question. How could your blood get dirty? Okay. How could you have tissue rotting? Okay. Unless you were doing that. Okay. So understand, we are taught to go after and destroy our large intestine. It is the holy grail. It is 85% of your immune system. So understand, those of you that start clapping, and tomorrow is going to be more questions, okay? I am not going to be, I'll just be going over, we're going to get right into it. As soon as I come on, it's only questions. That's it. I'm not going to be talking like this. And I will answer whatever you want where you think that you don't know. But when you start clapping, people, and you start seeing bruising come, whether if it's a light bruise, that's not a much issue in your tissue. If it's a dark purple, there's more issues in your tissues. If it's black, that means you've got tissue rotting. That means you've got toxic blood. I hope you're with me on this one. This thing does not bruise you. Clapping does not bruise you. You're bringing the bruise. You're bringing the toxicity. You're bringing the issues to the surface. So like I said, if you want different, you better become different. If you don't want different, then you shouldn't be listening to me. You should be just following the herd. But I don't think that you're going to come to me and I'm going to say anything that anybody else is doing out there, because it isn't working. Okay? All right. Let me see. I think that's about it. Also, we'll talk about this. Those of you that have pelvic problems, There's other things we can go into, but I don't want to do that today. But those of you who have pelvic problems, let me see if it's here. Yeah. Those of you that have pelvic problems, bladder problems, or those of you who just want the best health in the world, you want to take a look at whether it's men or women. And here's the part you're going to go, oh boy, really? Now he's gone too far. Okay. This is called a rectal vibrator. And what you do is you put that into your rectum facing this way, right? So it goes in this way. And what happens is it will actually vibrate, and it's going to vibrate your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, your uterus, and your bladder. If you're a man, it's going to be your prostate, your testes, okay, and your bladder. And what it does, it increases the circulation and the blood supply like unbelievable. And it's all about circulation, okay? And what you're going to do is you could take like a suppository, a CBD suppository, or any other herbal suppository, and then you're going to put that up into the rectum. The healing benefits are phenomenal, okay? Now, also, you can use the rectal vibrator, or you can use a vaginal vibrator to really increase the blood flow. And then what you want to do is, we call it a vaginal infusion, where you take the silver bullet gel, you take the Bright Eyes Fulvic, and then you take just a couple of drops of frankincense, and then you use a syringe or an ear syringe, and you actually take 1 ounce of this, no less, 1 ounce, it could be more, but 1 ounce of this. You take about 20 drops of this and 2 drops of the frankincense, and you can mix it, maybe just a few drops of the silver bullet in there too. And then you do what we call a vaginal infusion to go in and heal that beautiful area. And you put your bum up in the air, and you just sit back and you relax and you let it soak in. So understand something. There are so many tricks, so many things that you could do. Taking massive personal action is how we heal our body. So I know you can't do it all, and some of you will do it all. You know, it's like this. You can make up all the excuses you want. Well, I got to go to work. I got to take Jimmy here. I got to take... If you knew what was at stake, you'd be saying, okay, I'm going to need everybody to do what they can do for themselves. I'm going to stop doing this I'm going to give myself 8 days, okay? Because you want to do this for 6 days, and then, you know, if you do this, if you do a fast for 6 days, then you've got 3 days where you're going to come out of it. So if I did whatever you do, if I do an advanced water fast for 6 days, then for 3 days when I come out of it, I can do everything I was doing on the water fast nutritionally, like externally and internally. But then I'm going to be doing celery juice, veggie broth, or bone broth, or all three. And I'm a veggie broth, celery broth guy. So then I would do that for 3 days. And then when you come out of there, then you're going to be looking at doing blender drinks with just berries, okay? Or you're going to look at doing vegetable juicing like carrot juice, and then introducing leafy salads on that 4th day. And then you're going to get into, and then by the time you're in your 5th day, you're back to what the diet that you want. But understand, if you're going back to the old diet that caused the riot in your body, well, there you go. Then you're just a revolving door. If you go and you take a look at my perfect day diet, go look at the 4 pillars. Go look at the 4 pillars of the perfect day in my library, okay? And go into the do-it-yourself guide in my library. You know what? Dive in, and my God, why don't you just take a real interest in yourself for the first time in your life? Oh, no, you can't do that. That's right. It's selfish. It's self-centered. No, it's not. You need to center into yourself if you want to save your butt, if you want to heal, if you want to have a beautiful life. And if you don't want to get selfish enough to know what your body needs, then don't be complaining, explaining when your body is trying to, as soon as you calm down. See, whether you want to believe it or not, when you're in pain, your body's trying to heal. So go ahead and tell it to shut up. Hey, I get it. If you need to bring the pain down somewhat, do it. But if you want to continue to tell your body not to swell up, not to have redness, not to have aches and pains, then guess what? Try to get comfortable, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay? All right. So I don't know what else to go over, because I'm just like a chatterbox here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the questions. How's that? Okay. I'm going to I'm going to take the questions online. What did I do with that? Oh, right behind me. Can you fix that for me? Thanks, Drake. There you go. All right, so let's see what we got here. Deborah, my daughter has extremely heavy, painful periods. What can I do? Well, first of all, she has heavy, painful periods because her bowel is jammed up, jelly tight. And you can believe it or not believe it. But if your daughter were to get on the daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love, and Black Gold, and then get rid of flour products, sugar, and dairy, and then drink the water that she should throughout the day, which would be 3/4 of an ounce for every pound she weighs, that would turn it around. Now, if it continues, get your daughter a consultation. It's $150. She never pays again for life, no matter how much she calls me or the master consultants, okay? But if your daughter actually did the cleanse, which I don't expect her to, because teenagers, they think they're going to live forever. And they think they can do anything to themselves today. Deborah, I have a heart pacemaker. This stuff has really not got to do a lot with the fasting. So I only want to have fasting questions come in. I'm going to go to this because tomorrow the fast starts. So if it's not about fasting, everyone, I promise you, I will answer it. I will answer it whether it's, what's today? Wednesday? Yeah. Thursday or Friday, I'll answer it if there's no other questions coming in on fasting, or next Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. But I am not going to answer questions that are not about the fasting and leave somebody out in the cold. Morning. So if it's not a fasting question, please do not do it right now. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Morning, Doc. During the water fast, should I do coffee enemas daily? Absolutely. And do the ultimate coffee enema. Okay. So here's the coffee. Now, when you do the coffee enema, you don't have to do it this way, but we have stainless steel enema buckets, everyone. Don't be using a plastic container because that just gives off chemicals. So get one of our stainless steel containers, and then what you do is you get organic coffee that is specially made for doing enemas, for coffee enemas. And then if you want to really do the ultimate coffee enema, then also take a look at it in the Advanced Water Fasting Guide in my library, or in the Perfect Day Guide, or in the Do-It-Yourself Guide. We have a video in there on how to do it. But you also want to use Black Gold, okay, powder, and you also want to use Tummy Love, and then you're going to increase the efficiency. Look at, don't tell me that there's liver cleanses out there. There isn't. The only thing that really cleanses the liver is on an emotional level is you getting rid of any anger or hate programs. But on a physical level is doing the ultimate coffee enema. That's the only way. People say, oh, I'm on all these different herbs to clean my liver. Good luck with that one. Good luck. German, is it possible to do oil pulling during water fast? Thank you. I would avoid it. Because it's going to, all that oil pulling and all that action in your mouth will turn on your digestive tract. I would leave it alone if you could. Okay? All right. Next. MPHO. Doc, I'm based in South Africa. How can I get your products like DMSO and Fulvic? We can actually ship them, and we'll ship our products anywhere around the world. You can call us on WhatsApp at 250-215-8004. Can you put that number up, please? 250-215-8004 on WhatsApp. Okay, you can call me on my WhatsApp at 250-801-5893. Or you can call me on Skype at DOC.OF.DETOX. Bridget, Doc, taking the calcium supplement deplete my magnesium levels? No, it doesn't. That's not true. This is not a calcium supplement. This is a calcium therapy. calcium ion therapy, and now everybody, if you want to get the calcium ion therapy, you have to call in. We're not allowed to put it up on our store that you can just buy it. That's the FDA again, okay? And the reason why is you'll find out why. When you go into my library, go to the calcium ion therapy guide and take a look at all the videos. Take a look at the science. Take a look at the research. And now you're going to look at the most powerful nutritional breakthrough in 75 years, okay? Krista, why do people get fuzz lint in their belly button? Well, because the shirt's moving up and down, and there's a hole, and things fall in a hole. I'm not sure what that's got to do with anything, but hey, you know what? There you go. Let me see. Okay. Yvette, can I take Doc of Detox capsules on the Waterfast? Doc of Detox capsules. Oh, the daily cleansing tea? The daily cleansing tea capsules. Well, let's put it this way. If your bowels don't move, you're not going to make it through the fast. Okay, understand something. Everybody out there, tell me how it feels to have a good, big bowel movement that comes out easy. Huh? Yeah, there's pleasure. So the reality is you can't have a cork up your butt and be on a water fast. So if you have to, you can do it. But the daily cleansing tea is the way I would go. But first be doing the saltwater flush in the morning. And if you need the daily cleansing tea, do it. If you need the caps, do it. But I would always do the tea first. Okay? Maria, hi, Dr. Wolf. How much water with the teaspoon of fulvic? Well, 1 teaspoon to 1 quart of water. 1 liter if you're in Canada. Audra, I was constipated my whole life till my first C-section. I always said they moved things around and unblocked me. Is that possible? Doctor, they removed scar tissue. No, I don't think so. And with a C-section, you're going to get more scar tissue. And I think that what you've got now is you've got more stagnation of waste, which is causing more loose stool because the infection that is actually brewing inside of you is causing this hyperactivity in your large intestine. That would be my answer. So I would watch out because, you know what? I have people that are going 3 and even 4 times a day that have bowel cancer. And just so you know, that bowel cancer is one of the fastest growing cancers today because people have root rot because they eat garbage, they think garbage, and they're rotting out. And that's why they're rotten to the core. And like I said before, the Royal Society of Medicine, which is in Great Britain, which is the medical force there, they did a major study saying that 85% of all disease, okay, comes from a dysfunctional large intestine. Tell Tara that there's only 2 left. Okay, so if she wants to pull in more, why? Okay, Michelle, way ahead. But how do we break the fast with the perfect day? Well, go back to the 6-day advanced water fasting guide. It tells you exactly how to do it. But the reality is if you were on this for 6 days, then you've got 3 days on veggie broth, bone broth, or celery juice made fresh. And do celery juice or bone broth, celery juice or veggie broth. Go with what you feel you want to do. Okay, but the reality is you can warm it up. That would be nice. I'm talking about the broth, not the celery juice. Okay, and then also when you start to break the fast with those 3 days, if you go for 8 days, it's 4. If you go for, if you go for 5 days, you should still try to do 3 days. Okay, if you go for 4 days, you would do 2 days. I hope you're getting it. Now, when you start to break the fast, you use a straw. Why? Because your mind goes, give it to me, give it to me. And then you start gulping it down. Try to take the first half of the day and take it through a straw so that you're not overloading your digestive tract and you're going, honey, wake up, I love you. Okay? Don't shake it up. Okay? Megan, I have a question regarding anxiety. What would you recommend to help with that? I would recommend with anxiety to get on Divine Vine. Divine Vine. I would recommend that you get on our Mag Infusion. Oh, this is amazing. Don't just do magnesium. And you know how people take Calm? Well, Calm actually can act as a laxative. That's how well it digests. Calm is not a good magnesium product. Try our Mag Infusion, 2 scoops under the tongue. Hold there. It tastes a little, it'll heat up and it'll taste a little metallic, but wait until you see how you feel. And see how loose you become, like feeling relaxed here and here. So you should do that 3 times a day for somebody who has anxiety. Morning, as soon as you wake up, even before you get out of bed, have it next to you. Again, mid-afternoon when you feel like that, because we all run programs, so you know when you start to go. And then do it again 20 minutes, half an hour before bed, and sleep better. And also, if you do the belly button therapy, you release 50% of your dopamine, 70% of your serotonin and endorphins. And then if you were to do the CBD 2 drops and the frankincense 2 drops, okay, all right, and connect to the Lionheart breathing. But I'll tell you, there's nothing better for anxiety than what's called an Avicin, but it's more expensive. It's like $4,000, but we give you $500 off right now. And I'm not telling you to buy one, but there's nothing on this planet that increases your microcirculation by 67% minimum, not another device. And guess what? You put your hand into it, that's all you got to do. So it doesn't matter how sick you are, okay? You just got to lay there, and 3 out of 4 times you're going to fall asleep. It puts you into a parasympathetic state. And what it does is it goes in and starts melting the blocks, and it teaches you how to get into a relaxation state. That's all. We all run programs, and a person has I hate my life. Well, yeah, because you're running a program that's a hate program. That's what you're doing. And that is being funneled by fear. Okay. My anxiety has been really bad the last month due to stress of nursing school, but I have medications because I don't like putting them in my body. Oh, but I hate medication. Well, understand something. When you learn how to love and care for yourself, which I do here, but that means you'd actually have to watch my shows, go into my library. You'd have to take massive personal action and love yourself a little bit, and then practice loving yourself a little bit, and then practice loving yourself more, and then find out if actually God kills you for doing it. Because a lot of people don't get it. But I was raised in a way that if I spent too much time with myself, caring for myself and loving myself, it felt like a sin. So please, that was my family, all right? So we are from our relationships. But the reality is I don't care. That which created everybody on this planet is beyond unconditional love. So why wouldn't we do the same for ourselves, okay? What's stopping you from totally loving yourself? That's the question. Why don't you write that down? Because I'm this, because I'm that, because I don't have this, because I don't have that. These are all just programs. I'm just trying to find my place, everybody. Fawn, can you take the magnesium on the fast? I would take the magnesium on the fast. If it meant I was going to break the fast, I would do the magnesium so I don't have to. Let me tell you something. No matter what you do during this fast, see how much you can do, but see how much you can love yourself at the same time. You know what? I don't know why, but you know what? Suffering is not the way. Because you're just going to pay. So whatever we do in life from now on, we are going to love, honor, and respect ourselves, even on this fast. And understand, you can call me or you can call my office. We're here to help you. And it doesn't matter. You didn't have to buy products from us. You don't have to buy any products from us. Okay? That'll be enough, Teller. And then I'm just going to answer these, and I'll take a look at maybe, and we'll do if there's, but most of these are just questions. And I've been on here how long? That's long enough. Because what time is it? Yeah, I got a consult in 20 minutes. So give me a 5-minute out of here. Okay. Cheryl, hello, doctor. During a 6-day water fast, should I expect to poop? Well, let's put it this way. I usually poop up to 3 to 4 days. Some people won't poop at all. What if your colon was in a coma right now, which most people's are? That's why we tell you to do the ultimate coffee enema. And if that doesn't work, right? I mean, I would do a coffee enema once a day when I'm doing a fast. Okay, the ultimate coffee enema. And I would do it twice a day if I still felt stogged up. It's not going to hurt you. Now, if you don't do that, remember, we're talking about the salt water. If that doesn't move you, then I would suggest that you take a look at the daily cleansing tea. I don't want you to stop the fast. You didn't ruin the fast. Eventually, you'll be able to do more. You know what? So let me just say this. You know, we all know that when a child is born, it can't walk right away, right? So when a child starts to walk, it falls down. Now, do you go over and kick the child? So the child starts to walk. What do? Kick the child because it falls down? Come on, you, get going here. You wouldn't do that. So don't kick yourself. So do what you need to do. And if you have a question, call us. But see how much you can do and go through this without making it hell. This is supposed not to be a hell trip. You know, a lot of practitioners talk about water fasts and how people have to go through these healing crises that look like they've been packaged from hell. We don't need to do that. That is just the wrong thing. I don't know what it is. Everything in this life, if you're not suffering, then you're not alive. I'm ending that. I like to have a good day, beautiful day every day, okay? All right? Okay? So I'm going to, when somebody says, do you want to do something? I take a look at it and I go, is that honoring myself, respecting myself? Because understand something, I don't care. But in almost all trainings, whether it was in my school and even in religion, why do we have to suffer so dang much? I'm done with that. Okay? So if you come to me, I'm going to try to make it the most beautiful adventure without the suffering. I think I've had enough, haven't you? Okay? Janet, if I'm on pharmaceuticals that I cannot abruptly stop, can I still do the water fast and take those meds? I don't know what they are. You might want to call your doctor and ask your doctor. That's the reality. But you know what? Why don't you just get yourself on a perfect day diet? Go into my, or why don't you do this? Why don't you go on a juice fast? Don't do a water fast. You don't kick yourself in the head. Okay, you don't want to do that. So go on the perfect day diet and take a look what that's like, eating a fresh and raw whole plant-based diet. Wow. I mean, that's a big step for most people. And then take a look at doing a vegetable juice fast maybe next time with us, where maybe you do carrot juice, celery juice for 6 days. You know, that'll be fine. And then guess what? Then you can start working into it. And if you do those things, those drugs are going to fall off a cliff. The only reason why you're taking drugs is you can't handle yourself emotionally. Did you hear what I just said? You can't handle yourself emotionally. You can't digest a lot of the beliefs that you run about yourself and about the world and about your family, about your life. And it's not your fault. You're beautiful. But the reality is it's still your responsibility to get rid of these beliefs, okay? And to detoxify on an emotional and a physical level. Because you understand something, we can cut the tumor out, but did you get the belief? Did you cut out the belief that caused it? Seriously, okay? The invisible creates the physical. Joni, I'm recovering from COVID. You're recovering from a cold. Thank you. Got it. I'm recovering from COVID, a cold. Still weak. I was till feeling stronger to start anything. Well, that's logical. So the reality is, if I was recovering from what you said you're recovering, and I don't even want to say the word anymore because I'm not part of this charade. Okay? Here's the deal. I would be doing lemon, honey, and cayenne, okay, in hot water all day long, okay? A pinch of cayenne in a quart of water, a tablespoon to one tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of raw honey, and about a 1 squeezed lemon per quart. And I'd be drinking that all day long. And I would be having like nice soups or broths with a little bit of cayenne in them, right? I'd have some garlic in there, but I would be hydrating myself, okay? And I would be going maybe for a nice walk, and maybe twice a day. I'd be connecting to my breath. I'd be doing some stretching, some belly button therapy, maybe even just some light clapping on my body where I'm aching and paining to keep the circulation moving. It's about physical blocks. Look at where by the time you're 20, you've got 5 of them. By the time you're 30, you got 10. By the time you're 40, you got 15. By the time you've got an autoimmune or chronic disease, you've got 20 to 25 blocks in your body. And when you've got cancer, okay, a life-threatening disease, you've got around 30 blocks in your body. If you were to get rid of these physical blocks that are dams in your body by taking personal action, getting Wolf non-surgical, doing the clapping, doing a shot class work, which I'm going to be teaching in the clapping. I'm going to be teaching each body part and exactly how you can take massive personal action and get rid of it. Krista, when does autophagy start when fasting? Third day. That's why the third day is so hard, because the digestive tract totally shuts down. So the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th is when autophagy and stem cell making is at its greatest. So if you can go longer than 6 days, you do it. But don't go longer than 6 days and create hell for yourself. And you remember what I said. You eliminate stress completely. Honey, look after the kids. No, this is my time. I'll do this, this, and this, but I'm not going to do this. Lay the law down. Lay the law down. Find your brave heart roar and say, I need to heal myself. I need to heal myself. Okay? Healing doesn't come from treatments. It comes from training. Michelle, how many enemas are recommended for the 6-day fast? 1 to 2 a day. It depends on the situation. If you have a problem with that, you can go and read, like I said, go read about them. And then you can call us if you want and just tell us what's going on, what you felt, what came out, how do you feel after you did it. We don't mind doing it. This is what we're here for. Whether you believe it or not, we truly do care. And we don't have an ulterior motive. Okay? You know, let me just say this. I'm here to evolve. That's what I want to do. I want to evolve. Okay? I want to be enlightened. I mean, think about it. How enlightened was Jesus Christ? I'm not trying to tell you to believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not tell you to follow the works of Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to tell you, no matter who you are, you want to lighten the toxic load on an emotional, physical level so that you can feed your spirit, so that you can rise to that greatness. Leon Nico, apologize if I said it wrong. Some information on regard of the benefit of drinking coffee. Well, the benefit of drinking coffee is there's no benefit compared to there's more negative, okay? So just understand, I don't have a bunch of bad habits. I do drink organic coffee. And let me just say this. We'll grind up the coffee, and then what we'll do is I will put in a level tablespoon, not a teaspoon, a level tablespoon of black gold on top. The black gold, and then also the water is actually structured. Do I have that here? Let me see. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I run the water through a structure unit. Oh, it's right here. I run the water through a structure unit, and so we've got the black gold. The structured water drips through the black gold, and then when you drink the coffee, it's a lot healthier. So I'm not if you drink more than 1 cup a day, and you don't drink a lot of water, or you're not doing things like tummy love or Volvic, or doing things to alkaline yourself, or you're bringing in flour products or dairy products or sugar products, or you're pushing the anxiety button all the time, then you're just going to burn your nervous system out. And remember something, coffee doesn't bring in nutrients and energy. It actually stimulates the liver to speed up, okay? And you're actually getting the energy from the liver. So keep on demanding from the liver and you'll get chronic fatigue. You'll feel stressed out. You'll feel irritable. So make sure that for every cup of coffee that you decide to have, you're going to throw in an extra quart of warm water, okay? To help with the acidity, help to calm the system down, okay? A little bit of belly button therapy wouldn't hurt, eh? I think we're just about done here for today. It's been a wonderful day so far, and I want to thank anybody and everybody for joining me. And you need to understand this, and I need you to get this. You better learn how to be selfish enough to heal yourself. Why don't you just go around and ask your friends and your family, is it okay if I heal myself? Do you think it's okay if I take the time and take some money and heal myself? Would you like me to get rid of my cancer, my autoimmune disease, my eczema, my psoriasis, my migraine headaches? Would you like me to be more at peace and more happier and more healthier? Yeah, we've all talked about it. Your family loves you. But the problem is people don't love themselves. Even your family. We're taught that we're supposed to get our love from the outside, right? From our dog, our cat, our husband, our wife, our children. I'll tell you, you can take it or leave it. A quarter century ago, I said that I'm going to fill up my own heart every morning because I'm done being pissed off with my kids or the world or my wife or my partner because today they didn't follow through, right? Because we can't live without love, just like we can't live without oxygen. So understand, as soon as you get that love is a self-serve job and you need to fill up your heart before you tear someone else apart or yourself, and that, you know what, breathing, nobody can breathe for you, no one can heal you. You got to do it for yourself. I can provide you information. I don't cure anyone. I don't diagnose people. But you know what? We all should learn the art of body talk, don't you think? And body talk is this. When you're inflamed, when you're swelling, when you have pain, okay, when you have fatigue, these are all healings going on. The body has laid you out in bed and said, you stay there, okay? You have terrorized us. All 50 trillion cells, 500 trillion bacteria have been terrorized by your thinking, your drinking, and your eating. Lay down. Think about it, and I'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. God bless everyone. 3, 2, 1. Find your brave heart roar because you're so much more. God bless. Good day, I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because they've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation. How would it feel to you? Better still, how would it change your life to be certified in the most powerful training in regards to the emotional and physical body? Whether you're coming to us to enhance your clinic, or for personal growth, or finally, to live your passion and purpose as a natural health practitioner, you are only limited by your beliefs, but that ends today. We will be holding this New World Practitioner certification in the amazing Casa del Agua facility, 15 minutes from Playa del Carmen in the beautiful Mayan Riviera of Mexico. Can't wait to see your smiling face.
Sage is by far the best teacher I have ever touched base with. I've done a lot of courses out there, a lot of programs, a lot of emotional work, mystery skills, but this really touches, it kind of bridges the emotion and the physical component together.
He's fun and he's thorough, and he doesn't, he's making sure that you know the techniques. And so when we walk away from this particular course, and we walk away, we feel confident, and he has given us that confidence.
I took my Touch for Health training in probably about 20 years ago. I also incorporate that into my practice, but it doesn't deal with the crystallization, inflammation, and calcification. So that's why I said that this is kind of the missing puzzle piece that I needed to help people get to their optimal health.
That's the moment where you leave and you become a complete professional in what you do and in your business. You leave with the ability to be a total professional at what you do.
You can deal with the emotions and let that go. Two, I can deal with the physical. But what we're doing with this non-surgical is you're combining the emotion and physical together.
And this is the component that now I can help others. And now I'm here, and I am trained, and I am certified, and I can take this and I can help you.
Something about this spoke to me so true. The mind-body connection and being energy beings. It's profound, and I want to share it with others so that they can have the tools to feel this love and heal themselves.
And you as a practitioner or a doctor will be that guide to help see them transform and help support them through their conflict resolution, I call it, or making peace with things that have been unresolved.
Give me a call. This is your time to shine. Just remember, all questions matter because your life matters. You matter. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.